Hello, welcome back to the channel. All right, kids, gotta hate them, huh? I'm kidding. I am kidding there. However, what I'm not kidding about is the topic of today's video about kids. So let me give you a little story of meeting a new coworker at work. And I swear, this guy looked like Hideo Kojima. If anyone knows who that is, who made the Metal Gear Solid games and so forth, like, he was the spitting image of this guy. Anywho, we're sitting down and talking and stuff and, sharing names and so forth. And I come to realize he's talking about that he has children. And I'm like, wow, what are their ages? 8 and, like, I think 6 or 5. Anywho, talking, I'm like, oh, how old were you when you had your first child? And he said 30. I was like, damn, that's like 2 years. Excuse me. Like 2 years away from how old I am now. Actually, probably even less, like a year and a half. Anywho, he's like talking about, moving over to California and how he was from Colorado and how he got this new job at this company we're both working at now. And he was asking, like, I didn't even ask, but he was like, hey, man. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, don't have kids. I'm like, hey, you do not need to tell me twice there. Like, it's so funny when someone asks, like, oh, you're thinking of having children? And I'm like, man, that's so remote. First, I need to, have a partner. 2, a good partner that I even want to have a future with. 3, one that I even want to be the mother of my children, that I would even want. And right now, I don't even feel like having children. It's like there's so many layers to it. And I feel like people that don't have them today, maybe the smart ones in like finances and finding yourself, because honestly, I don't even know if I'd be a good parent. I may even be a detriment to my own child. Not saying I'm a bad person, but maybe I'd be a little too selfish. I still want to, like, travel to certain places in the world and experience things that I know if a child, you sacrifice those things. Maybe this changes where I just like, wow, I met the love of my life and now I want to do this, da 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 da. But yeah, that's not now. And I know for sure when it comes to children, that is not now either. And man, you just got so many things against you going on as a 20-year-old when it comes to children. Um, I almost said the price of living, which I guess is similar to cost of living. But think about that, right? The cost of living is insane no matter where you go. And I live in California, so going from hard mode to extreme for trying to find a decent place out here, let alone like schools and all that crap you need to consider with children. I do have a best friend that has 2 kids, and oh, they're adorable. They're awesome. Like, I love being an uncle for them, honestly. Like, I remember I was having like a very bad day, and they invited me out to have dinner with some other friends, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like my best self. I'm gonna be inauthentic. I ended up going, pushed through those feelings, and ended up having a really good time. And I got to spend some time with their oldest son. They have 2 of them, and he's adorable. Like, he's so more like expressive than I probably was as a child. It took me to like 4 to say like words and sentences, and he's able to like utter like couple or even put together like a simple sentence. So that's pretty crazy to think about. And I had like joy in that moment, spending time with him, being present. He just kept like flicking like the on and off switch for a toy. But honestly, during that whole thing, I was like, I still don't want a kid, but it was fun being an uncle and like hanging out with him. I don't say I hate kids, but they can get on my nerves sometimes to an irrational point. Sometimes I'm like, okay, why am I having that thought about like he needs to shut up right now? It's a kid, it's a baby, toddler, etc. But yeah, trying to have a kid nowadays, oof, price of living, costs all together. Like, man, I've been like debating like rent and stuff for like a single bedroom, and that's basically a whole damn check to rent. Actually, it's probably a little under because I would have to reduce my 401k contribution if I wanted to pay the rent, which probably would have to do. I do have a year review in like probably a little in a month or so, so I'm really hoping for like a 4 to 5% raise. Like that would be great. One step closer to like six figures because yeah, with inflation and all this stuff, like I need every penny I can get, man, to start my next chapter. Like, um, yeah, it's been on my mind. I feel like I'm at a crossroads in my life. I have a lot to be grateful for. I think at times I'm like, you know what, I'm doing all right. And then other times I'm like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's just like the human experience. But what I do know I'm not, or I was almost a double negative there. What I do know that I don't want in the near future anytime soon, as of right now, sitting down in this chair is having kids, man. Hell no. One of my best friends, I talk with him, and he's married and he has his wife, but they don't want children anytime soon. They, they're living with a roommate, and it just got really expensive. They were doing it themselves for a while, but with California and stuff, it just life comes at you fast, and you start to have to make certain decisions with that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just crazy when people have like baby mamas and then they just ruin a child's life. Like, oh my God. Like Adam 22, the biggest clown I've ever seen, is now getting a divorce from his um, adult star wife, where he's basically a cuck to her, and they have like a 5-year-old son, daughter. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think it's a daughter. Yeah, 5-year-old daughter. And he was interviewed in it like being like, oh, when your daughter comes of age, like, do you think she would follow in her footsteps of her like parents or mom and doing that industry? And he's like, yeah, if it's for money and that's what she wants to do, then more power to her. And I'm like, dude, you're a dad. That's your daughter. Like, oh my God. Some people are absolutely cooked. You just see stuff online about people and their stories, and you're like, shit, at least I'm not them. God, that's pathetic. So it's like, oof. People just having not even that much money, having children in like the United States, that's like rough in itself. Like, I'm not even gonna knock someone for having it, but if I'm understanding like their finances and the reasons they're doing for it, I'll probably judge then. But in a vacuum, it's kind of hard to say. But for me, I know like, nah, man, I like my money. I like my sense of freedom. I'm only 28. I could start one in my 30s, 40s of family. You never know with life. Probably gets a little bit harder, but hey, that's my choice. And I'm just trying to learn more about myself every day. Because, yeah, when you're going through life, the most time you spend with is yourself. So, self mastery, self confidence, self respect, self efficacy, a lot of self being inserted here, but all very important virtues and values that I'm trying to practice daily through journaling and through my actions. And through YouTube and kind of uploading, it's almost like a discipline in itself, because there's some times where I just don't feel like recording, or feeling I may be on a loop, but that's just all noise at the end of the day. And um, my heart's in the right place when it comes to making content. It is fun putting something out there, honestly, and reminds me of my podcast days. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Made it to this part of the video. Don't say this too much, but like, comment, and subscribe means a lot. Gets the channel some momentum, spreading the good word out there of another slop YouTuber chatting video. So, more eyes on the channel means more conversations, more connection. may even meet the love of my life. I don't know. Kind of joking there, but yeah. If you interact with the video in any shape or form, even if you've taken like a minute out of your day, truly means a lot. So, catch you in the next one. Deuces.